Coach, the last time y'all played, that was really a nightmare of a first quarter and a first half. They scored over 20 points in both quarters and first three quarters, and turnovers are really kind of the key there. I think you had three turnovers or something like that in the first half. How did you feel like y'all handled that pressure? And second part to that, defensively, what y'all were able to do, especially in the first half against Austin, how did you feel like y'all executed that game plan?
Well, obviously pretty well because the scoreboard showed it, but uh, practice matters. I mean, it really matters. The last time we played them, we didn't really have practices. I wasn't involved with the practices. I was trying to watch something through the computer. We didn't have our team, and I'm not making excuses. They played well, and I complimented them, and hats off to them. But teams grow, teams evolve. Uh, this and by no means are we playing off a revenge or some locker room bulletin stuff. We hear it, and we just move on. And if it's about revenge, that stuff it usually lasts for about 30 seconds. But when it's about joy and it's about growing each other and it's about playing the right way, that lasts a lot longer and it allows you to grow. And so it allows us to maybe space the floor a little bit better against the press, which we did, and they ended up getting out of the press and having to change it because we had two on one side and we were doing some nice fan cuts on the back side. It was very good, and then defensively, obviously we're pretty small. We're able to squeeze the floor. So on defense, we had the floor shrunk, and on offense, we expanded the floor. Two converse ideas or concepts, but that was our game plan, and tonight it worked out. Andy, go ahead.
Hey, Doug, six players you guys have for that last 8 minutes of this game. Just how special a feeling, I guess, is it that, I mean, you kind of have such a small group there, but they still kind of banded together and put together a performance like that?
Yeah, obviously there's some drawbacks to that. The fact that there's a outside chance you might finish with not enough players. So every time we can finish with 5 players, that's a positive thing. And then I think Maya said it, and I've had this happen before in my coaching career, not with numbers so much, but when players have a longer leash. Maybe you don't have enough backups at a certain position, and you just get to grow with them. Now, it's painful sometimes because sometimes it would be nice for a freshman to learn and just sit and watch a little bit. But Maya kind of said it right. We're all we have. And when that's the case, they're not looking over their shoulder. They know we have their backs, and the same thing about their teammates. And again, it's that it brings out joy. It brings out joy in each other, and they are growing each other. And it's a tough-minded group.
I know you mentioned the growth, and the practice time obviously helps compared to a month ago against Ole Miss, but where specifically do you look at this team compared to a month ago and say, like, yeah, this is where we've really grown the most?
Well, just the ability to focus and pay attention. And usually teams this time of year all get to be a little bit more focused because they've heard similar scouting reports. They know what's at stake. Sometimes in the preseason, their mind might wander because the competition isn't close enough, and only the special athletes can really focus during that time. But their focus has been ridiculous. Like, we can put in a game plan fairly quick and make adjustments. We don't come off corner threes. That would be a concept of ours. Well, we did today. And so because they've learned how to learn, they have the ability to make some adjustments as we go along. And this whole season has been a season of adjustments. So it's a good thing that's one of their greatest qualities is their ability to learn how to learn. Colin, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. At the beginning of the year, you set a goal to at least try and play relentless defense throughout the game. And what does it mean to you as a coach, seeing that sort of come to fruition late in the year and see the players buy in like they have, even though you go into every game pretty much outnumbered and outsized?
Yeah, defense is straight toughness. I mean, except here, there's not too many places where they get that excited about defense. At Mississippi State, they get pretty excited on a defensive play, and Maya coming over and drawing a charge, and we're scrapping and stealing balls. And regardless of what you're doing on the offensive end, that's the one spot that you can have some consistency in is with your focus and effort. Some days that ball just goes halfway in and jumps out. There's nothing wrong with your stroke. Your shot is fine. It's just too much air in the ball. Not enough air in the arena. Who knows? But on that defensive end, where you have absolute control over your attitude and your effort, again, I think it just shows toughness. And our team is pretty tough right now.
John, go ahead.
Doug, you mentioned the rah-rah stuff and the what was said a month ago, how that doesn't really kind of impact you guys or anything like that. But Yolette McPhee-McEwen said during that she was looking forward to coming to Starkville and proving that or showing that she has the best women's basketball program in the state. Do you think that you guys are the best women's basketball program in the state after today?
I think we're the best team today.
Stefan, go ahead.
Doug, just now talking to Anastasia, she had said that it was nice playing for a coach who, I think she said, would just never quit on you. How do you feel like you've been able to kind of develop those relationships and kind of get that message across so that players that are playing under you now feel that type of way?
Yeah, it's better than the alternative. But I would say just consistency of focus and effort from myself and our coaching staff, and maybe not getting too high or too low. Even after that, our game against Florida, I thought we did some really nice things. And I didn't think that ball went, it just didn't go in a few times, but, we were happy the previous games. We took the same shots. So how you present that to them, that was a championship play. That was a championship shot, and it didn't go in, and you take that every single time. And again, that's developing trust and confidence that they're taking the right shots. And so I think we've just been pretty even-keeled throughout the year. We're not losing our mind over anything. We're just coming to work, and we're trying to build, and we're trying to grow. And we're trying to take things that may not be pleasant and not necessarily have an answer for them, but just know that this is part of life, this is part of the game, and it's going to make us stronger at some point. Hopefully this year, maybe 5 years from now, maybe 10 years from now.
And obviously the fans were pretty engaged throughout the game today, and I think when you were walking up here somewhere around us, it got kind of loud. I don't know if they had seen you or what was going on, but how do you kind of take the energy that you guys have had here in the hump the past few games and take that on the road? I think you guys are at Kentucky next.
Are we?
What was the question?
Who do we have, Kentucky next?
We're at Kentucky.
Yeah, way to pay attention. It's so much fun. I don't know what our story is, to be honest with you. We're all over the map. I think it's fascinating to watch. I think it's fascinating to be a part of. And I'm right in the middle of this thing, and I have no idea which direction we go. I mean, I know that we're having a blast at practice. We're really rooting for each other, and to have the fans recognize it. And again, if that's all we're doing it for is for fans or for some outside recognition, we're probably not doing it for the right things. But I'm not going to lie, it makes you feel like $1 million to get patted on the back and win or lose, to know that they have your back. And so we keep talking about inside. Our inside structure is that when your peers are rooting for you, they have your back, it helps you grow. Well, on the flip side, the fans the same way, and not every Power 5 program is like this. Some of them actually boo.
Andy, anything else?
Yeah, I'll get you out on this. Super Bowl kicks off in a couple of minutes here. Who you got? You got any plans for Washington?
Yeah, who's playing?
So it's the Rams in Cincinnati.
I know. I don't have any predictions. Nope, I don't have one. Sorry.
All good. You focused on the game that mattered to you.
Yeah, thanks.